And now it's time for the Truth and Reconciliation.
Hit him, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us!
And sure enough,
Stick to the
I know I've seen another level past this, but I think this is the last one that I've actually seen of, like, where I was playing the game myself back in the day.
rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the
Covertly.
as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element surprised.
Alert! The Covenant is making a run for that stationary gun. Take him out!
Let him have it!
We can use this turret too. We are incredibly vulnerable. Oh fuck!
Yep. Rip.
And that's why you don't use the turret.
Yeah.
Go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
Also, the Corps ain't paying us by the hour?
Right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected
Covertly.
stationary guns near the next pass.
Covertly.
I recommend using your sniper
Covertly.
to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
I'm gonna guess you're just paid a flat amount, so you're always paid like
Covenant as he can. Don't open fire
you're always paid the same way, even if there's not like an active wartime stuff going on.
As far as I know, military salary.
Yeah, it is based on rank, and if you're actually active during wartime, if you're actually deployed, there actually is more money. It's quote
That's fair.
unquote hazard pay kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things to it, because, like, you can be... There can be not being during wartime, but you can still be doing something and you'll get paid more.
Yes.
For example, you could be working at just, like, a plant. Because the U.S. Army has, ammunition plants. As far as I know, that increases your pay beyond just your base salary if you work at one. As opposed to
because
just sitting
you
on base.
have your rank salary, plus you have your I am actually working 8-10 hours a day at X number of dollars an hour.
And that's assuming if you got specialized training, then you're doing something specialized beyond that, and that,
Yeah.
it's like any other job, really.
Yeah.
Some jobs pay by the hour, some jobs are salaries.
Yep.
And an uncomfortable amount have the risk of you getting shot.
All of
The
them.
joke is that he's not just talking about being in the military.
You see, the joke here is this country needs help.
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon
Wow, this is a terrible checkpoint.
without being spotted. I've detected Covenant
Yeah,
stationary guns near the next pass. I recommend using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
So, I was going to say, yeah, because literally anybody, regardless of their
Shit.
MOS, their job, their unit can be actively deployed. So it's,
Go! The Corps ain't
yeah.
by the hour!
Well, I mean, I work at a retail store. I could get shot.
Recon the Covenant position.
Yeah, that was where.
that was the point of my joke.
Yes.
Now, if we want to just go there and get really dark, I feel like there's an uncomfortably disproportionate level of danger to that, where you're actually at less danger of getting shot as an adult in a job than as a freaking school child going to school.
Unless your job as an adult is teaching those school children.
A Covenant is making
What the fuck is this? God.
Yeah, well, what is this? This is why we're age restricted.
I mean, this is starting to
what is-
dip into it's not just it's not really comedy so much as social commentary.
This is why we would never be monetized. This is not why we're age restricted.
Yeah.
It definitely reached that point where we're not really laughing at it anymore so much as going, haha, this sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it here. And the worst part is I can't leave because I have attachments here.
The worst part is
Everywhere sucks in its
could
own
be
way.
and like the actual worst thing is, as bad as it is, it could be a hell of a lot worse.
I mean, look at the news. Not going to name any current events to date this LP, but...
LP, but yeah, in light of current events, plural.
And if you want to know a current event, just look at the count. Just like look online and apply your the world's current events to this commentary. It'll work all the same.
The sad thing is that it might still apply by the time this comes out, just for different reasons.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like a 90% chance that it'll probably just be related to the same current circumstances.
Yeah, honest. Yeah, like I don't see a realistic way it's not going to be.
What's going on in this video game? I'm sorry, I was busy talking about real world problems.
We
usually try to escape those games.
You want escapism? Not in this house, bitch. Welcome to CLG, where your escapism is dead. Just like the world, it's dying.
We are your escapism, sad.
I mean, we did literally pick a game where a bunch of humans are dying and it's like a war.
It's true. By the third game, the death count's in the billions.
Yeah, like humanity is actively losing this war.
Charlie, move up on the left. You should be able to flank the enemy.
Roger that.
Just like
See, that's the problem with having only one soldier who's actually really super good at dealing with this problem.
So that's when we get into the expanded lore, where there's more than one Spartan. This game just never touches on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There are more than one.
Yeah. There's
There
like
are
a whole
several.
bunch. Yeah.
Actually probably hundreds by this point in the story.
Yeah.
Where are they right now? Read the books. I don't fucking know.
They're all sleeping.
To be fair, in this case, this is a highly this instance of events is highly, they just jumped blindly and landed in this ring. So it kind of makes sense that there's only one dude.
Yeah.
One bad enough
Master
dude.
Chief was sleeping.
Literally.
Because, yes, in case of emergency, break glass, give gun.
See,
I guess the idea is that they made these really highly special. They've got these really highly specialized people who are so important to keep around that it's kind of rather than just being okay, you get to be off duty now. It's kind of we need to put you into cryo sleep so that you're here in an emergency.
Terrorist to pieces.
I don't know much about the lore, as you can tell.
That's okay. Like I said, I'm not really going to touch on it unless either A, you guys ask a question, or B, it comes up in the story. Because there's a lot. I could explain how all the Spartans how there's multiple generations of Spartans, 1 through 4. 4 doesn't exist at the time of Halo 1, and how Spartan 2s were all kidnapped children.
Oh.
Covenant dropships are inbound.
And trained from the age of 5 to be super soldiers. And so I just explained it. I don't really know. I don't know where to take that. I kind of just did the thing I said I could do.
Yeah. It's fine, and
then they made clones designed explicitly to die and fake that person's death so their family doesn't even know they're alive. I mentioned this shit's dark.
Yeah.
Well, humanity is literally facing extinction.
I think I'm quite there yet.
We are hopelessly outgunned, outnumbered by a race that is hell-bent on making us extinct.
Homie, you don't want to start this. you will not win this. We'll give you reasons why we are not currently at the facing extinction point in the storyline.
True. Whatever.
You don't fuck with the guy who's read the books, alright?
For all the stuff that Kingdom Hearts does, I'm glad that they don't have books that also are canon to everything.
That would just be terrible.
If they open up books to that series, oh my god.
I would just... And all of it's canon, because that's how Kingdom Hearts works.
You might see me walk away.
Which, honestly, as insane as it is, gotta give them credit for somehow making everything work.
That's debatable.
Yeah, at this point, it is getting to levels of convolution that's... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe they can make it all wrap together somehow, but it's...
New enemy
I
type.
still like it, though.
New enemy type! These are called hunters. Alright, shoot them back, they're done. You do that with the pistol, too.
Nice.
Fun trick, they're super weak, even though they're supposed to be the big heavy guys, because they do that and they shoot missiles at you. Plasma missiles, but they're missiles. You can just invalidate them with a handgun or a sniper rifle. Done.
Can you damage them at all outside of shooting them in the back, though?
Any orange squishy point, but not any of the blue armored points, which I think is just their neck and their back. Yep.
Cortana to Echo 419. We've reached the gravity lift and are ready for reinforcements.
They are otherwise invincible. Theoretically terrifying until you realize that shooting them in the spine with a handgun just puts them down.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface.
Was it much harder to deal with them on the console or not? Because, like, you didn't have the mouse aim?
Maybe minorly, but they're a joke in this game.
Clear the drop zone.
The fact that you can one-shot them with a gun means if you know how to aim on a console, and you have that gun,
Yeah.
the gun that you... In this encounter, it's either one of the guns you could start with, hypothetically speaking.
One shot is pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as dexterously as I did here, but I was still one-tapping those guys no problem. It's a simple matter of bait them into the charge and then step behind them and left click or left trigger, right trigger.
No Covenant defenses detected.
No Covenant here.
Maybe nobody's home. Have I mentioned how much I played this game? Oh, sorry, bud. My aim was off.
Whoa! Contact! Lots of contact! No Covenant.
You had to open your mouth. Right now.
It's not until the second game that they let you actually have the sword as a weapon, right?
Correct. That guy's dead. The second game introduces the sword as a weapon.
Soldiers out there. That's what I'm talking about.
In this game, when they died, it just sort of dissipates.
It is over.
Maybe. See? Oof. It's gone.
You like that? Oh, cancel Christmas.
Unfortunate.
Like 99% of my Halo 2 experience is just multiplayer mode. And that's even still the amount of that is limited, but it's more just a reflection of I barely got to see any of the campaign for that game, but I did get to play multiplayer mode a bit.
This series is the series where my name comes from. My username, not my actual name.
Yeah.
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 Obviously. It doesn't really... The reason doesn't become apparent until the second game, but... You know. Point remains.
We'll see that soon enough.
No Halo,
Which,
no
for
Broody.
those who might not be on the up and up or might not remember, like, old time username was Mr. Brute Hater.
It's true.
Yes.
You'd have to have been on the forum to know that one, I think. I haven't used that since the forum.
Yeah.
Because, for obvious reason, I decided, maybe this is a little aggressive. Plus, broody just sounds better.
Yeah.
Even then, technically speaking, I dropped it to just brute for a long time, and then people just started calling me broody, and it stuck.
Area secure, sir. We better keep moving. How about that door?
That's not surprising because that's like it's a nickname.
A nickname to my nickname to my nickname.
Yes.
I mean, I had people calling me Luff instead of Galuf.
Side passages to find a way around.
We'd be sitting ducks in that narrow space. We can hold this position if you can find a way around and open the door from the other side, Chief.
Chief, let's see if we can find a way to open this door.
Over there!
Or Luffy. There were like 2 people that called me that.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I just go by broody on everything. Except Twitter, where it's A2 broody, because I got nuked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the locked door down there. The Marines are waiting on the other side. The controls to open it.
Which I've come to see as a blessing.
I remember you coming to see it that way not that long after.
Yeah. I had a lot
If
of
not,
tweets.
even just like almost right away.
Pretty much immediately. It's just like, oh, well, I guess I'll just clean up now. I wanted to clean up anyways.
Yeah.
Now I have a carefully curated horny timeline.
Yeah. And think, in 20 more years, people won't be able to bring up that stuff.
I had nothing that bad. It's more just the byproduct of having a Twitter account when you're not old enough to have a Twitter
Not
account.
to have a Twitter account.
That I'm glad is gone. The cringe. Be gone, cringe.
Depending on the cringe could come back to haunt you too.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
That's true.
this cringe can't haunt me. This cringe was deleted off the face of this fucking planet. Now I have new cringe.
It's true. Everyone is cringe.
Yes, everyone is cringe.
The sooner you accept your cringe, the better.
Yes.
I don't pretend I'm not horny on main.
I just don't post things on Twitter. I have
You
a
can't be
Twitter.
cringe if you don't post.
Yes. I have a Twitter, but I don't use it to post things.
I wonder how many of the people who follow me just have me muted because I'll you know, Twitter like shows your likes to people. For which I would
Twitter
blame
doesn't
nobody.
do that for me, but that's because I'm using the chronological timeline.
Stay cool. Yell if you see anything.
So you merely know I'm horny on main by reputation alone.
Yeah. And your header image.
That's true. To account for the probability that it will change in the future, right now it is a pair of clothed anime boobs with word plot across of it. Which is maintained since the
All
game.
things considered tame.
Very fairly tame, but also gets the point across.
Yes.
It's a homebrewed meme a friend made me, and it's fucking comedy gold.
don't think I've heard that before.
What's up?
They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Get this! You are dead!
Yeet.
Echo 419.
Yeet.
Reinforcements at our position.
Yeet.
Warhammer here, Cortana.
Ow!
I'm not sure Lock onto my signal and approach fast and low. There's a shuttle bay on the ship's starboard side. Roger, Cortana. Echo 419 on approach.
Good night. Good night.
Mira! Mark 5! Violent!
Wow, I missed every one of those shots. I am a fraud and a coward and a fool. Good night. Okay, I feel better now.
I'm gone, man! Ah, the bird! Nice shot! That's the way to do it. Yeah, that'll do him! Who's with me?
Bonk.
Damn it!
Your puny shields mean nothing.
I have gun.
The gun is bigger than the shield.
I'm going to access the Covenant BattleNet and locate an override code to open a door.
What the fuck?
But my shield blocks your bullets. Who said anything about bullets?
The club is mightier. And anything's a club if you're strong enough.
Yeah.
Also, the shield does not block your bullets if they don't know how to hold a shield in front of them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not wise to hold your shield slightly to the left.
No, it's really not.
Dude just kind of ignored you.
How threatening.
Hey, man. Go ahead and go. I don't want no trouble.
Open. Everyone should move through now.
Well, I do want trouble.
Lock again when it closes.
Is that necessary? No. Do I regret it? Also no. Sir! This game's got slick reload animations, by the way. Check this shit out. I love
Nice.
that. A little bit hard to see, I guess. Let's try that again. Bonk.
Cover fire!
Your invisibility means nothing to me!
There's no sense going into anything less than full strength.
Cortana to Foehammer. We need additional support troops.
My buddies are not surviving very well. This is like the 4th time she's called for reinforcements.
I copy, Cortana. Echo 419 standing by for your signal.
I guess I'm not renowned for my ability to keep my allies alive.
You're renowned for your ability to make sure the battle is won.
That's true. If Brute does anything, he wins the battle. It doesn't mean everyone in the battle lives.
Unfortunately,
Cortana to Echo 419.
Sacrifices must be made.
casualties are like unavoidable.
Roger.
I accept any amount of casualties are acceptable casualties. I mean fight!
I appreciate that you didn't even want to finish the sentence that sacrifices must be made.
Yes.
I'll say it. I said it. Ow. Karma.
I copy, Cortana.
Instant karma.
Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately, I am not playing a video game, so my instant karma would have been considerably worse.
We just hear a car like hit your front door. No damage to you, it just ruined your living room.
Yeah.
to me.
Echo 419 standing by for your signal.
Getting distracted, and it's affecting my performance.
That's the hazard of doing an LP or a stream.
Nice shot! Look out! I'm not sticking around to get killed!
You were saying? That's also karma.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's funny.
You may not be sticking around, but this grenade sure is.
Ah, checkpoint.
Echo 419. The shuttle bay door is open. You can start your approach. Roger. Echo 419 inbound.
Over there! Heads up!
Nope. Yep.
Everyone died.
Cortana
The
to Echo
end.
419. The shuttle bay door is open. You can start your approach.
All this dark humor is reminding me of like the dark FF6 joke I read the other night because I was reading the Dissidia forums and Kefka got a rework.
Oh, alright, you know.
I didn't even make that cocktail you just tweeted at me.
Oh yeah. The dark joke came from someone was disappointed that Kefka doesn't have HP poison in his kit, especially considering like how appropriate that would be.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Kefka
And then someone was like,
poison-
somewhere Cyan is crying, and then someone was like, I don't hear any of the other Domans bitching about it.
Got him.
Yeah, that's like, ouch. But that's one of those that's funny, but not.
No, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Dark humor.
Bonk.
Please commit to being the bonked.
I am bonked on the regular, I'll have you know.
I bet. Oh, you know, that's a way that this game, and I guess, you know, I don't really know whether to consider this a good or a bad thing. I feel like it's just a matter of perspective, but it's just an interesting thing to point out that, like, it could be cheesier because when they checkpoint you, they checkpoint what your health was at that point too.
Yeah, the game does have a system where if you die too many times at a checkpoint, they revert you to a further back checkpoint, though.
Oh.
So if they give you, like, a bad checkpoint, they circumvent...
Yeah, it is a way
It's both
to,
a failsafe, but also kind of like a punishment for dying too much.
It's meant as a failsafe for sure. You gotta die a lot to get that to happen.
Yeah.
It's not just like you died 6 times and they revert your checkpoint. It's like you died here 45 times. It's time to revert your checkpoint.
Yeah, because
It's not like you've died 6 times. Here's your golden Tanuki block.
No, you gotta die a lot. I haven't seen it happen in like a long time.
Get cocky now!
and they do it because if you don't know if you notice, but it also saves your ammo and everything too. So
yeah.
if you have like are low on HP, low on ammo, checkpoint. This is bad.
I see.
And you know what they say about hindsight and all that, but I would also say that it would have been cool to just have like an option to revert to previous checkpoint.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but as we covered, this is one of the first games that made checkpoints a thing. So it's like we're still, this is like what modern FPSs would become, but there's still some spit and polish.
I mean,
as it is, they implemented nice things that were not common, if heard of at all.
Yes.
I mean, as a blueprint, a lot of games go virtually unchanged from 90% of what's here.
Yeah. They just did some convenience things, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
If you're playing on normal, this game's also fairly forgiving. I'm just playing on heroic because, I don't know, flex, something.
This is how you play the game.
I do mostly play on heroic, yeah. Ooh.
I mean, that's like...
Yes!
Yeah. That's like me with Kingdom Hearts. I play on proud mode because that's just the difficulty that I enjoy playing on. And there is a harder difficulty beyond that. I don't really like engaging with it very often.
I've exclusively played Kingdom Hearts in proud mode since I've restarted the series. I played the first game in regular mode once, and that's it. And that includes my first time through.
I think I played 1 and 2 on standard mode back when I first played them.
It includes my first time through fucking Days. I don't know if that was a mistake or not still.
Yeah.
Can you die?
You really kicked the
Give me a gun. I wonder if I can pull this off still.
Days is a little bit of an oddity for the fact, too, that, like...
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to get the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chief.
That subtitle, "Shut up and get behind me, sir," not a joke. Captain Keyes dies, you get a game over.
Oof.
Keep that man alive.
So he's Ashley.
Yeah.
Except more useful.
See? He's Ashley.
No! He got the captain.
It's him.
You sealed his fate when you made the comparison.
You also can't
Note to
point
self,
at
if I ever want to get Brute to murder someone for me, I just have to compare them to Ashley.
Sure. And you can use this as an admission of guilt in a court of law. I will plead guilty. Yes, Your Honor. I did murder this person. They were compared to Ashley Graham. They had to go. No, Your Honor, I do not regret my actions.
Keep it up!
Sounds like you're setting up an insanity defense to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly sane and culpable for my actions.
All I was going to say about Days was that it's an oddity for the fact that you can't really grind in that game. It's more like there's a particular level you should be at that you can try to keep up with, and then beyond that point, you can't really grind much higher than that very effectively.
It's true.
And at the level that you should be at for, like, the last boss, if you're on Proud Mode, there is an attack they have that if you get caught in it, it can just take off your entire health bar.
That sounds terrible.
Honestly, I don't remember the last boss giving me that much trouble.
419.
It was a
Yeah,
little
because it's well telegraphed. But I'm just saying, they do have that attack.
The boss I'm gonna give me the most trouble is that weird, like, wheel thing at, I think, Beast's Castle.
You'll be better off finding your own ride.
Oh, that thing?
And that's the one that took me the most attempts. You were watching me!
Yeah, I guess. It's just... It's surprising for it to be that one, too, though.
Oh, man.
It was really hard. I don't know, man.
We're screwed. We're screwed, man.
First,
There's
I
also,
sleep
like,
on
the,
the head has not been that difficult at all. Besides a couple of key moments.
There was that one boss in
Out of here.
Halloween Town that was kind of a pain, too.
The Covenant dropship's
It's true.
I don't think it took you as many attempts, but it still just kind of sucks to fight.
That boss was just not fun. I do recall that guy. Captain Keyes sure does love to run around in the middle of a fight and put himself right in the line of fire.
Man, Days really just had a lot of bosses that weren't very fun. There's
know-
also the Neverland one.
Can I hit you with a hot take? Days just really wasn't very fun.
Yeah.
And by hot take, I mean the coldest take I've ever presented.
Like, for some reason that I don't even really understand myself, I warmed up to it a little, so I don't really hate it as much as I originally did. But I do recall that at one point in time, I considered it my least favorite game in the series.
I'm going to end this episode here and then boot up another one, because this is going to lead to the next level, and I want to show the intro of the next level uninterrupted.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So next time, my favorite level in the game, from a gameplay
Cool.
perspective.